No, I'm not pulling your leg. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And on this show, you can have your cake and eat it too. So don't you dare throw that baby out with the bathwater. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Video Call-In Show. That show that invites you, that's anyone, to be a live guest on this program at any time to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. So let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about the topic of the day or anything that trips your trigger. I will be here for about the next hour. My job is to listen and learn to and about you. I am Jim. I am your host of the Video Call-In Show, and I welcome you all once again. Listen, it's real easy to jump on the show. All you've got to do is visit zoom.us. Click on join a meeting, and when it asks for it, put in that meeting number right there. You'll come up in my green room, and I'll bring you on in the order of connection there. So, yes, I know that my open was full of idiomatic expressions, not necessarily quotes, but I must say a lot of them have their roots in famous quotes, and I think we all use famous quotes at any in most moments of the day, right? We've got our favorites. We've got some that we don't even know came from famous individuals or, famous historical figures. I've got a few that I really enjoy, and I don't think this I don't think this can be attributed to Forrest Gump, but I think Can't Never Could. Was that one that he said? Not so much stupid is as stupid does, but I do remember that one. Well, where'd you go? I saw you up there, Easton. Before I get into too much of this, let me get to the chat and say hello to a few people that have shown up thus far. Above and Beyond Drones, Jim, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Emmanuel Goffey, always good to see you, as well as Wendell Live and Patty Broussard. Great to see you guys. Susan Hamilton, welcome again to the show, hon. Adam from Crap, My Dad Makes Me Watch. Sharni, the Crohn's chick, how you doing, hon? And Mike from Creator Spotlight, how are you guys? Dole Whip Dad. Well, that's okay if you can't stay long, Dole Whip. We'll talk to you sometime soon. Seriously, let's see. Oh, the one thing I did want to make sure everyone was aware was let's see. I'll have to get there, but oh, look at that. Well, you don't even have to hear about my quotes. Maybe we'll hear about Sharni's. I do want to hit one before I bring up my first guest, one that I have modified just a bit. And it goes like this. Fear itself is harmless, but the fear of failure kills. I find that very appropriate when we're talking about YouTube creators, right? The fear of starting is just paralyzing. If you are scared to death that you're going to fail at this and you never start, well, then you've already killed yourself. So think about that. Fear itself is just a motivator. You should look at fear as a motivator. Okay, enough of that, I guess. Let me hide myself there, and you'll need to turn on your camera. Another busy day for me. Shari, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How you doing, hon?
I'm good. How are you?
I am just fine. Oh, that is not spelled with an S. I know that for a fact.
What?
Oh, I'm doing your lower third, and I spelled that, and I hit my finger, my fat sausage fingers hit the S instead of the A.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. It's a problem that I live with. It's an illness that I live with.
I don't know if there's a therapy group out there for that. Sorry.
Oh, I bet you there is a support group for sausage fingers.
Probably.
The older I get, the more I learn that there are people that are into just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what brings you on the show tonight, Ann?
Well, the last time I hopped on a panel, there was like 30 other people on, and I didn't really get to say hi and see how you were.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. And that's one of the reasons I do this, so that we can
hmm
just talk one-on-one, interact with the chat when they pipe in and when I catch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, Adam says
Hi.
hello.
Hello. Nice to see you guys. Hello. So I do actually have some like quotes. I've got two
Awesome.
that helped change my life. Have you said yours?
I said one, yeah, and it was fear itself is harmless, but fear of failure kills.
Very, very big on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah, big problem. Well, a lot of
Yes.
people, I hear it all the time. I really want to do this, but I don't know how, or who would want to watch my content, or what if it's not any good? And you hear it's fear of failure that you hear there. And so I completely agree with that. The fear of starting something and it not working out, you know, overcomes the opportunity that you could have if you just got started.
No question about that. Absolutely. Oh, what does Jim says your purple is fading? Does that happen with hair color? Does it just kind of fade out, or how does that work?
Yes.
Does it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially with such a vibrant color,
Yeah.
like the purple that I had, that was a lot more vibrant than what it was meant to be. I think I left it in for too long. So that's why it was like purple, but it's also wet at the moment and it's also tied back. So if it was down, it's still really vibrant. But my lighting isn't very good, as you can probably tell at the moment. I've been moving things around and yeah, anyway.
Well, I still like it. Not as much as the orange, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you were really rooting for that
I
orange,
was
but it just
I'm
didn't
rooting for the
happen.
orange. Yes.
Well, I didn't pick it. They picked it.
I know.
Like,
I'm only one. I was only one vote amongst millions. I get it.
I know. Aw.
That's okay. That's okay. Majority
Yeah,
rules,
yeah.
and I'm fine with that in anything but politics.
Yep. And he's not bitter about that at all.
I'm not
Anyway.
bitter about that
Well,
at all. All right. Well, thanks for
sorry.
being here, Jarny. Click. No. Oh, so I'm sorry. What was your quotes? Yeah, I spilled mine.
Okay, so the first one I was told that really, really stuck with me was when I was about 21. And this is when my life was kind of starting to change for the better, but I still wasn't sure how that was all going to work out.
Hmm.
And it was do what you can where you are with what you have.
That's a good one.
And yeah, it doesn't matter what circumstance you're in, that seems to apply. And I say that to a few people, and everyone tends to stop and they need a moment to kind of process what I've said. So it's not normally what you'd hear when someone's giving you advice.
Right.
Yeah, at least not my experience. So I really liked that, and I apply that to a lot of the stuff that I do.
Hmm.
You don't have to have heaps to make a big difference.
No,
You
no,
know,
absolutely not.
um,
And to your point, I would argue that any quote worth its salt. Let me just put it that way. Should make you pause and think, contemplate, and analyze, apply it to
mm,
yourself. Am I right?
yes, absolutely,
We're buffering.
absolutely. Apparently,
Buffering.
we're buffering.
Oh no, I've got nothing but solid stream over here. What's YouTube telling me?
I'm all good.
Yeah, says my stream is good. Stream status good.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see anybody else saying buffering except for you, Wendell. Is everybody else buffering? Is everything good? Hey, Shape, how you doing, buddy? Give me a moment here, Sharni. Lee the nerd,
Sure.
how you doing? Patty Broussard, she's actually in line. She was asking. Jack Noah, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? Mike, Creator Spotlight. I think I said hello to you already. Welcome to the show, anyway. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jesse Mendez, Above and Beyond Drones. I think I said that. Hello to you. And of course, Easton Music Ministry. He's also in line. So, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. That's
That's okay.
that's an interesting quote, and it reminds me of several others actually. But what was your next one?
The next one came about a year later, I think a year or two later, and that was from the Lego movie. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to get on the channel. Follow the instructions.
Follow the instructions.
And I know, yeah, and a lot of people don't know why that resonated with me so well. I watched that movie like 100 times. And it took me till about the 100th time before I actually had a moment. I think I was actually listening to it and follow the instructions. And then I was watching the little Lego dude go through his day, and it was really funny and overplayed. But I kind of had like a click light bulb moment. And I was sitting there because before that, as you know, I talk about on my channel, I used to take drugs and I was pretty much off the wagon for quite a few years and very lost, didn't know what I wanted to do. And so when you come out of that and you're trying to go to normal, you don't know what normal is. So where do you start? You don't know, and a lot of it is daily routines,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. You don't do that when you're on substances, you're just in the moment. And so I was watching the Lego movie and follow the instructions came up, and it was going through his day, don't forget to keep the soap out of your eyes. And wear clothes. Almost forgot that one. And he's like halfway out the door. It was so funny, but what it represented was just so simple and brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When it came to, follow the instructions, start with your day-to-day stuff. Then you can worry about saving the world.
Yes.
Like, start with your day-to-day, start with your routine. And that was that had a massive impact on my entire life that I still do now. I still have my routine, follow my instructions that I do every single day, and that helps me rebuild my life.
Wonderful.
So,
That reminds me
yeah.
of another one that actually just came to mind. And this is kind of an old timer saying, but they say, watch your pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what that reminds me of. There are so many of them. Yeah, I don't know, Crow Judas. He just threw one up there. Just a little rubbin', Harry, and rubbin's racing. That's from Days of Thunder.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, you haven't? Oh,
Nope.
it's about the cheesiest NASCAR movie that you'll ever see with Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall and who else? Oh, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, it's like Top Gun on wheels.
Right.
Did you ever see Top Gun with Tom Cruise? And
No.
Charlie, you're not a movie watcher, are you?
I am a science fiction and fiction movie watcher.
Oh, well, both of those are full of fiction.
Fair enough. I should really know this. No, I will add them to the ever-growing list of things that I apparently need to watch.
There you go. Yep.
According to my friend.
You will feel the need for speed.
Uh-huh.
That is a direct quote from Top Gun. And
Wonderful.
when you come across it, you go, that's exactly what he said.
See, I think of race car movies and I think of Talladega Nights.
Oh,
This
yeah.
with Will Ferrell. That was funny. I still watch that. That still cracks me up.
I know what you mean.
Shake and bake.
Yep, I dig that as well. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, we just put your hands down. Hands down. I love that. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Yeah.
And when they're doing the advertisements.
Oh, for the Japanese
Yeah.
candy and stuff.
And if you don't chew Big Red, then you. I don't know. Packs of rabid dogs are taking over entire cities. It's just, like I said, I can still quote it. I have seen it so many times. I love it.
I want to sing that little song he sings, but I can't remember what it is during that whole bit right there. Oh man! And have you seen that? Maybe that was on the bloopers of that.
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you get a chance, go look up the bloopers on that show. Some of them are hilarious. I can't.
Yeah. The song when he's in the hospital, isn't it?
No. He's actually doing. I'm just gonna have to look it up. He's actually doing the commercial bits, and he one of the takes he sings this song. I wonder if I can even find it. Probably not, but not in the allotted time.
Fair enough.
Oh man. But yeah, it's just hilarious. I actually ran across it in looking at bloopers and got to thinking, I wonder if that was actually in the movie, because you know how they have credit bloopers, like on Cannonball Run, which are one of the more famous ones. Oh, Japan, Will Ferrell. Okay, maybe. Maybe I'm trying to go straight to it. Nope, didn't get there. Okay. So, yeah. So look at the bloopers, and you'll catch them. You'll absolutely catch them.
Cool.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
so
sheep.
those were my two quotes. So should I hop off and let someone else? Because otherwise, you and I start getting on a roll,
I know
and
we
then I end
could.
up taking up your whole live stream. So I don't want to. I
That is
don't want to do
very that is very gracious of you. I'm
so
sure
I
this.
know how bad I can be.
Yeah, this
I
won't be
know
the
how.
last time you're on for sure. Well, thanks for sharing, Sharni. I appreciate that.
That's all right. Thanks for having me on. I'm glad to hear you had a really great trip, and thank you for letting me share my quotes.
Absolutely. Come back, will you?
I certainly will. Take care, everyone.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Ah, yes. Gracious in exit. That's awesome. That is awesome. By the way, before I get too far, I don't even know if she's in the chat yet. By the way, Crow of Judas, welcome. Who else did I see jump in? There's Brad, Drone Kings and Garwin. How you doing, buddy? Nightbot, bite it. Oh yeah. Tonight's topic, by the way, has been brought to you by Outdoorsy Gal. Outdoorsy Gal has sent me tons of topic information or inspiration, I should say. Chrissy is just doing a bang up job. She's getting real close to 1K. If you guys love outdoor stuff, she hunts for foods you wouldn't believe. I think I had this conversation not too long ago that she was uh, going out and getting wild asparagus, and for some reason it never dawned on me to go out and pick wild asparagus. Now remember, if you're going to pick wild asparagus, cut it below ground level so that it'll come back and to be more for everyone. If you cut it in the top, it'll die. So, having said that, let's get our next guest up here. Cut it below ground level so that it'll come back and to be more for everyone. Patty, you might have to mute the YouTube video.
Hang on.
That's okay.
I didn't hear you call me on.
I didn't. I just jumped in. I just popped you in there.
Okay, I'm sitting here, got that Baby Shark song in my head now because of.
Oh, that's no. Say no to Baby Shark.
I know. He said it first.
There is no redeeming quotable material in there, and and oh God, well you've got kids, right? No grandkids yet, right?
Let me see. Oh yes, I have grandkids.
Oh, you do? How many do you have, if you don't mind?
I have 2 grandsons. They are 5 years old.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Can you scoot to your left a little bit? Or I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Am I on my right camera? Hang on. I want to make sure on my. I look so fuzzy.
Fuzzy? No, it didn't look fuzzy from here.
Okay.
No. I mean, nothing.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's the one. Well, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Everything
Thank
going?
you for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Everything going well?
Yes. Working hard.
Awesome. Except for that whole Baby Shark thing, right?
Oh God, not again.
It will ruin your day. Here I'm adamantly against it, even though, my granddaughter loves it. And as grandparents, we have, sometimes we bend because we can, right? We're not the parents, but
yeah, I've actually thought about taking it and putting it on the array and making it more like a lullaby.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of putting a different spin on it. Maybe people would be able to handle it better.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because I was just watching, I don't even know how it showed up in my recommended list, but this YouTuber, I think her name is Ali Spagnola, something like that. She's a musician, multi-instrument musician. And she decided to do Baby Shark as though it were Lady Gaga.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually. She goes through the entire, and of course it's a whole lot of jump cuts because she's showing you the process, but it's very condensed. So it's very fast moving. And then she does like a little video at the end. And obviously she's kind of one of those, what does she call herself? Oh, I can't remember, but she's a little out there. So she actually cut Brawl or Bustier in like sharks and did that for a little video. Yeah. Well, Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah. Well, how cool.
I can't wait to hear your rendition of it, though.
Oh, well, now I'm going to have to work on it now that I've put it out there.
I won't hold you to it.
Okay.
So were you Were you bringing us some quotes that have
Yeah,
influenced you over the
I
years?
just have one, and it's been like my tagline for, I guess, since I was in my 20s. And it's because my husband works for a company that we moved around a whole lot with.
Hmm.
So, and remember, I was a dance teacher for so many years, and I did my puppetry and stuff. So as we moved around, I would not put my head down and go, oh no, and not another move. And it didn't make me sad. It gave me oomph. You
Really?
know, Once we got to that new town, I was like, I was in the phone book back then when we had phone books, and I was looking up new dance studios and theaters, community theaters, and all those things that I knew I could get my foot in the door in the town through whatever.
Right.
So I always looked at it as oh, I loved it. I love meeting new people and jumping into those new dance studios. So my tagline has always been, or my motto has always been, wherever you're planted, just bloom.
Mm, nice.
And that's just been me. Wherever I was planted, I'm like, I'm gonna knock things out of the ballpark. I'm gonna be the best dance teacher I can be, or whatever.
Well, that is live for the day as well, right? It's seize the opportunity.
It's also, you use it on YouTube. We're all planted on our own channels. And we need to just make them bloom.
Right, right. Wow, I like that one a lot. I don't think I've
Right?
ever heard it.
Really, really,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting. I'm gonna
So,
steal it from you. Hope you don't mind.
okay, you can. It's not a problem.
By the way, I still have 3 more videos to watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Take your time.
All
You're
right.
on the last three.
Last 3. Oh, I watched the first 2 emails you sent. I watched those immediately. Well, of course
Awesome.
I needed to. I was still in that the tail end of that trough, that
Yeah.
biorhythm trough, and I needed something to pick me up, and just knowing that picked you up helped me. It had helped me forget about some things and not worry about them as much as I was.
And
So
it was just amazing. If anyone's wondering what we're talking about, it's that red dragonfly that, when I was like going through my depression and stuff, that red dragonfly that showed up for 18 straight days. And don't get me started, because I'll get started talking on him again. But anyway,
well
I'm
that
glad you're enjoying those videos.
well that Reagan Dragonfly has helped, I'm sure, more than just you and me, because you've got some likes on there, even though you've got a private, and that I think that speaks volumes. I really do.
Yeah, I'm coming up on the 10th anniversary of that.
Really.
Like the end of July, and I've been wondering how, it would be a wonderful story to tell on my channel. But,
Yes.
I have to roll in my music with it to tie it in. Oh, I just would love to do it. It's like a video for 18 straight days, the actual day that each day that he visited, do a video each day. I
Mm.
don't know. We'll see.
You know what I'd like to see is a compilation. I'd like to see
Okay.
all 18 days. No, no, you don't have to do this on my, on my recommendation, but I think it would be really cool for you to compose a song that you think fits the images that you've got in those short videos that you've got, um, to a T. Whatever, because you're going to know which composition on the Mbira that matches that mood that you're looking for,
Hmm.
and make it a 5 to 10 minute. And I think that would reach a whole bunch more people, because you know how people are with series and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It
yeah,
would also be more doable.
exactly, exactly. You've already got the footage. Some of it is already edited down. Yeah, you pick those moments that are what you would think is most poignant, and I think you got a winner.
Okay, okay.
just
Oh,
just a little
no, that's good input. I
outside
appreciate.
eyes. Yep.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any other quotes, quips, idiomatic expressions, which I just threw a whole bunch of them out at the start here. That
Yeah, no, I was trying to think. I'm sure I do, but that's just the only one that I really stands out for me that I was going to share tonight. But
and it seems to have served you so well.
yes,
What a great attitude going into new places, because most people that causes anxiety. It's like, oh, I don't
yeah,
know anybody, I don't know what to do. But it sounds like that saying has helped you. Say, well, yeah, I don't know
hmm,
anybody and what to do, but I'm going to go find them.
oh yeah,
I'm going to bloom, damn it.
you got to do that. When you're moving around, and my kids were growing up at that time too, and um, I hope some of it rubbed off on them. The adventure that comes with moving around. I know it affects some kids really hard,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Well,
I find it's fascinating.
how old are your kids, Patty?
I have a son that just turned 36, and I have an adult daughter that just turned 32. And then we have an adopted daughter that is 12, almost 12 and a half,
Okay, okay.
and the
Well,
two grandsons.
the oldest two, have they ever talked to you about how that moving around affected them?
Um, I, I know my son. He was okay with it.
Hmm.
I think my oldest daughter, she kind of maybe had a little bit of a hard time. She's kind of got that anxiety stuff going on. So
Yeah,
meeting new people and stuff.
yeah.
Uh, but what was I going to say? That's happened
Well,
twice today. It's happened twice today. I thought of something and then it gone.
oh, happens to me all the time, even on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
That's
But anyway,
devastating. Well, the reason I asked is because I moved around a lot when I was a child. Not army brat or anything like that. It was more of a uh, divorced parents, and well, we'll just leave it at that. And the what stands out most is that before, well, including high school, I went to 12 different schools throughout
oh,
my time. So um, what it helped me understand or deal with was making friends quickly and letting friends go quickly, because like anything else, can you think of jobs you had maybe 10, 20 years ago, and the people you were working with that you thought were friends, and now you haven't spoke to them since you left that position? There are tons
yeah.
of them. Yeah, there are
But
tons of them.
this did you just did jog something in my memory.
What's that?
When my son got to high school, we did decide. We let him decide. Do you want to move with dad and me? But he wanted to stay put, and my daughter was in junior high, so I did stay put. While they were in high school, and so there were a couple years when we kind of let them make the rules.
Sure, sure. And that was probably the most important time, right?
Yes, yeah,
And
yeah.
where I was going with that was that giving you another outside eyes from somebody who lived it and is not related to you, because
Hmm.
sometimes we're not actually truthful for fear of hurting feelings. Um, it wasn't that bad, you know. It
Hmm.
we I knew it was part of their life. Now that I look back on it, I know it was part of their life, and that's how it had to be. And I took a positive from that. Like I said, it helped me deal with separation a lot easier, from
Yeah,
friends and that sort of thing. So if there's any comfort to that at all, that would be it. I'm sure they learned a lot from it, a lot that some people never learn. So
absolutely.
because I know people, they feel guilty about doing that, pulling their kids in and out of school. I mean, it
Hmm.
just happens, but you really come away stronger. It's one of those, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Oh, how come I didn't put that on my list?
There you go.
So I hope that was somewhat enlightening.
Yes,
Good. Outside
but
perspective.
yeah, that's all I have. So I'll let you guys go and
Well, thanks, Patty.
back in the chat. I got to find my glasses. Where are my glasses? I
Oh,
was rushing to get everything to get in here to set up, and I'm like, where are my glasses?
I like your set, by the way.
Thank you. I actually
I'm gonna go.
made
Oh,
did a video
I can't give you.
today. Actually, recorded it today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and so I kind of set up my little backdrop. This is the 2-octave.
Oh,
I don't know how much you can see. It's the 2-octave array umbera. It hasn't gotten a lot of attention on my channel. I
mm-hmm.
think maybe 1 or 2 videos with it, but it's this one really sounds like a little music box.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it really. I don't know if you can hear it, but.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your microphone's fighting with your speakers a little bit, but yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah.
Very nice. But
Anyway, yeah.
you got the naked bulbs on there and everything. I like it. I like it.
Yes, the video. It was more of a talking video because I'm so excited about this project I've been working on for about 6 months now,
Uh-huh.
which is to get to where I have a 1 hour long video, 1 hour of a track that will loop and loop, and it is geared toward relaxation, meditation, study music, sleep music, that kind of stuff.
We'll make sure you get all of those keywords in your title and description.
Yes. But I've it's been on my heart to do this, and I'm going to try to put a different spin on it than what's out there. Like what's out there is like the digital, what are they, like these geometric digital?
Oh, the fractal.
Images that. Yeah, kind of like twirly, spinny stuff.
Yeah.
For my footage for the video, I'm creating beautiful stuff, if that makes sense.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm putting things together where I'm making peaceful looking footage. Oh, it's so hard to explain it. I don't want to give away some of the things that I've thought of.
Well, no more spoiler, guys. If that sounds interesting to you, and I know it does me, make sure you head over to Patty's channel and check out her music. The music is absolutely beautiful. When are you and Jason? Just before really quickly.
I don't know. It's like we're just both so busy.
I know. He and I are going to get together too on a different level, but for a different project. But yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait because he was using the pan drum in that, or no, it wasn't the pan drum. It was the what was it? The
array patch or the hang drum.
The hang drum. Yeah. And in that song that he was working on last night, that was pretty cool. So, but he did play with the Umbera, the electric Umbera, or maybe it's an acoustic, the plugin that he had. That was really cool.
Yeah, it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for synthesized.
Yeah, hopefully this. I'm going to put this video out. It's kind of like an announcement of this project that I have coming.
Okay.
And awesome. Hopefully next week I will release that first 1 hour long video. I hope it's easy to upload to YouTube.
It should be. Yeah. I've got a couple hour ones that I uploaded. Now you were the one that were having problems with that earlier on, weren't you? Or was that somebody else?
Problems with
uploading an hour-long video. Maybe it wasn't you.
I was mentioning I was getting I don't know if it was where you would have heard it, but I was chatting with some people about when I went and just like did a test run, started to upload it and fill out the information, and I had a little yellow triangle warning sign. It says your channel must be authorized or verified.
Yes.
To load anything over 15 minutes.
And
I saw that and I went, oh no, what's the matter? And I went and checked and I'm verified and everything, and I don't have any strikes or anything. So I think it was just a warning. I went and looked again. I think it was just a warning me that I can't do it unless I have that stuff done. So I think it'll be okay.
Well, I'm hopeful that it will.
Yeah, me too. Because I got lots of ideas. I can't wait to get them out. Get them out of here.
You've even got me excited about it.
Yay!
Well, thanks for sharing, Patty. I really appreciate it, and I am looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome.
Love to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So many inspirational uh, quotes. I love that one. That was really cool. No matter where you are, or no matter where you're planted, bloom. That is fantastic. We have some new Yana. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, and the grumpy vlogger Lloyd. How you doing, buddy? Oh, and Tony from Viewed This. Welcome, guys. Pleasure having you. We're just talking quotes here. Oh, and Magic Jones, Jason. We were just talking about you. How you doing, buddy? All right, let's see if our next guest is raring to go here. You're going to go camera tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Let me go up and find your, or maybe I'll just type it in. Give me a second there, bud.
All right.
I'm not the quickest typer in the world. The last time you were on, it was audio only, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, and what was your first name? Pardon me.
Huh?
Did you ever give me your first name? I don't remember.
It's Easton.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. All right. Well, Easton, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am just fine. Welcome to the show, my friend. What brings you here tonight?
I don't know. I've slept since then.
Do you have any quotes?
Well, there's one that I actually have I don't know why I have it. It's just a random teddy bear over there, and I don't know why I've kept it, but it's got WWJD on it. What would you do?
Oh, what would
and
you
it's
do?
kind of, yeah, and I have that one. That's probably the one quote that I have, because and see that one actually, I wrote a song based off of that, because I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is back when I was much younger, and it was just like I somehow got it to where the bear was on my face. That's the first thing that I saw, and I was like, and it gave me an idea, and I was like, so I wrote a song about that. But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I figured I would share that with everybody. Yeah, but I did want to, if it's all right, I would like to talk about something else.
Oh, absolutely. The floor is yours.
All right. So, because I don't really know what to do, because I want to come to you for some advice on this, because so there's a project that I'm reopening / opening. I don't know. It's a long story. But there's a thing I'm starting. It's called the Stand Up, Stand Out Choir, which is an online community. It is they rewrite songs about bullying and all that, and trying to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really sure exactly what to do with it. I don't know how to get it out there or anything like that. Do you have any advice? Because I know you're in a band, and I don't know. It's much different, I'm gonna guess, from running an online band.
Yes.
To running an actual band. I don't know if you knew what I could do or anything, because I'm quite confused.
Well, the first thing that I always ask whenever I talk to somebody who's got a plan or an initiative that they'd like to start up, and that is, what is your goal? What do you hope to accomplish with this? You call it a choir, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What bottom line, top level? What we're talking about is your mission statement. What do you hope to accomplish with this?
To help people who are suffering with bullying. Or 1 second. Hey, can you go lay down, dog, please? My dog's about to knock my camera over. I'm just gonna have to hold on to the camera.
Been there.
Yeah, so I want to help people who are being bullied and all that, because have you ever heard of the Change Project? I don't know. I don't think you have.
No, I haven't.
There's a YouTuber named, huh?
I said, help me understand it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a YouTuber named King Jellybean, and he works with Studio Geek 32, and a whole lot of other people, and they ran a project. It was the Change Project, and they're reopening soon. I don't know when. But basically, it's like they do live streams and all that and talk about it. So basically, they shut down a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I started Choir of Change and ran it horribly because I had no clue what I was doing. Because
Well,
I
in what
was the former, I'm
sense?
the
I
former
mean,
vice.
hang on. In what sense when you say you ran it horribly, does that mean that that you couldn't find the members, and or couldn't get them together, and or couldn't get any songs together, and or didn't know how to market it or get it to your intended audience? Which part or parts of that was true, you think?
Yes.
All of the above.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
But I think that the thing is that I didn't run it right because I don't know. It's a long story, but basically I don't even know how to explain it because it's a long story.
Well, we
But
got a bit of time.
there was things that
I said we got a bit of time. There's no hurry here.
yeah, basically the change project, they changed the ways that they ran things, and I didn't learn those things before I joined because I became vice president.
Can I ask you, since I don't know what the change project was, can you give me an overview of that? What was it? Its intent?
It's the same intent, except they didn't do music. They did live streams and they talked and they did videos and all that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what they did.
Okay.
So I didn't really see the good days. I joined like right at the last week of that, and so yeah, they're bringing it back and they're going back to it. They have a really good plan for it. But I'm not really sure. As for my new one, I'm not sure how to really marketing. Whenever you said marketing, I was like, that's what I need help with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that we can. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how I can market it, and be able. Because the thing is that if I don't know how to word it because I'm half asleep.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not sure how to market that. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, that's fine too. Let's do just a bit of analysis here. Okay, so you're going to have a choir and write songs, inspirational, I'm sure, and for those who have been bullied, and you want people to enjoy those, right? Now, there are going to be messages in these songs, right, for them to take stock of, or that will influence their way of dealing with bullying and all that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Will there be any talk at all? I mean, like, will you even introduce the next song or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's going to be one song a month. And it's going to be, so every week leading up to the song is going to be a video, and except for the week of the release.
Mm-hmm.
That week is going to be release, and then it's going to be a video right afterwards. It's about 30 seconds to a minute long. That's just one of those videos. Like, you know those videos where they put a soundtrack in the background, and it's like the promotional videos for a song?
Sure.
We'll make something like that.
Okay.
So that's kind of our plan for it.
Okay. And what have you named this now?
Oh boy, I just had to change the name again. So I just went brain dead. 1 second. Let me look at my phone.
That's okay.
I've run. It's been called Choir of Change.
Choir of
Found
Change.
out today that name's copyrighted, and I was like, well, I don't really want to get sued, so I'm gonna change that. And my phone just locked up. All right, 1 second. I can't find it now. Stand Up, Stand Out Choir.
Stand Up, Stand Out Choir. Stand Up, Stand Out. Do you have a tagline developed for that? Like inspirational songs to deal with bullying? I just threw that out. It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, we do not have one yet.
Yeah, you're going to need one. And the reason I say that is because in order to make that marketable, you've kind of got to explain what Stand Up, Stand Out means. And I'm not just talking about optimization. I'm talking about it as a brand element. Like think of, now we're talking about a YouTube sort of thing? YouTube channel? Or
songs posted to YouTube, videos on YouTube, chat on Instagram.
Okay. Same thing applies though. Because you really want to create a brand around this, right? If it's Stand Up, Stand Out, that would be your for lack of a better term, business name, right? Your corporate name. The tagline helps people understand what it's about. So that little one that I just threw out there, or something modified like that, will help people, look at it and say, oh, okay, I get this. These are inspirational songs that are just going to help me deal with the bullying that I'm going through. And then you can go into more detail on that when you go into the descriptions and the abouts and all that. But those two elements are going to make it so much easier to market. Only because it delivers a product in name. And if you deliver a product in name, then you can deliver a product, to your audience, right? The audience will understand your product. And I hope that makes sense to you, because this is a startup. It's not a retail sort of thing. So you've got to explain it. And I'm thinking out loud. I hope you don't mind me doing this.
Oh, don't worry, I do all the time.
Yeah, and a logo would help you. The stand-up, stand-out logo would do wonders for you, that you can use on any social media platform. Even if you created a Facebook group or page, business page, you'll need a logo so that your brand is strong, and that people will recognize it. And when somebody sends, let's say that they're not being bullied, but they know somebody who is, and they send them to your properties, then they'll know exactly what they're getting into. So that is arguably the toughest part about getting marketing off the ground, is creating that brand and making sure that the brand is understood by its intended audience. How you do that is you think like your potential audience. So, I mean, I would say everyone has been bullied at one time or another, because there are always people that are older, stronger, and faster, and, meaner than they are. And it might have just been from the very smallest, brother, sister, before they had to go into school or something like that, all the way up to, every single day of giving me lunch money sort of thing. So, or worse. So it's, you've got to put yourself in that mindset. It's like, well, if I was one of those people that are really being bullied on a regular basis, and I needed that sort of inspiration, how would I find what you're trying to do? You know what I mean? Everything in marketing is thinking backwards from the consumer forward. Because most people think, oh, okay, I'm the brand. Now I have to think about my audience. No, you've got to think like your audience to the brand. That's how you begin marketing. Once you know where you're likely to find your audience, then marketing becomes pretty easy, right? So if here's a great example. Facebook, the ages are going way up, right? I think it's on average, it's this, old guys like me and older folks, like, because the kids have left it for things like Instagram.
I have it.
Snapchat. Oh, you still do? Okay. But you see what I mean? The demographic isn't so much younger people as it used to be. So then you go looking for where the people are most likely to be bullied, and I'm assuming that it would be younger people. You go looking for where they hang out, or where they're most likely to be found, and that's where you concentrate your marketing. That's not to say you don't discount things like Facebook, because you know that you're on there. You see what I mean? But you put your main emphasis on where your largest audience is, and then where they're hanging out elsewhere, then you kind of spread out that as well. I mean, there's a whole host of things I could tell you about having to do that.
I watched your stream of Magic Jones about marketing, and because I do music as well, and I'm wanting to build up. I actually just got a computer. It's from I've been told it's a dinosaur computer because it requires internet, and they don't have internet anymore. So thankfully they have this thing where you plug it in, and it can take the Wi-Fi and turn it into internet and send it into the computer.
Sure.
So I had to spend $20 to get it running, but it's worth it. I have a computer, so not sure how OBS Studio One are going to work on that computer together. They're probably going to kill each other on that computer. But yeah,
that is extremely likely. Yeah, because anytime you're doing with video, it takes a pretty hefty video card to deal with it. So, and the older computers, they just they didn't have the horsepower. But I wish you luck on that.
I have one more question.
Sure, ask away.
At least. So I would like to have, because I don't know if this is a great idea or not. So taking whatever I just called that choir thing, I can't remember the name. I just changed it today. So
stand up, stand out. Is that the one you're talking about?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah,
sure.
I don't know why. I just can't remember that. So
wait, Easton. That's actually a pretty good point. I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but But that is something you got to think about.
Mhm.
If before you actually land on, stand up, stand out, run it by some people, and then go back to them after about a week and say, "Do you remember that choir project I was talking about? Do you remember the name of it?" And if they can't tell you, then you probably choose the wrong name. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a great test as you're choosing a brand. Just FYI.
Okay.
So anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so I would like to put that underneath, because right now what I'm trying to do, I have to backtrack here a little bit. So EC Music Ministry, I'm trying to kind of extend it to be bigger and kind of make it a brand of itself. So that's why right now, I mean, I don't even know how many social medias I've run across right now. I have a 1 year plan to expand EC Music Ministry and to turn all my social medias into stuff where there's certain content that goes to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So I'm trying to make it to where I have certain stuff at certain times that will work around my school schedule
Sure.
whenever that starts. So I was thinking, because the last time I ran not Choir of Change, it was Choir of Change last time. It was it was underneath it was just by itself. And I don't think that was 100% of the problem, but I think it could have been part of it because there was nothing backing it up.
Mm.
So since I think so, my channel is not big by any means. I'm only 353,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm still happy with that. But I was thinking if I put Stand Up, Stand Out on EMM, where I'm uploading the content to YouTube and putting it across my social medias with EMM, do you think that'd be a good idea as for marketing?
For your channel or for the stand up, stand out?
For Stand Up, Stand Out, do you think that would be good for it?
Well, I would think if you look at the bottom of my channel, I have listed a whole bunch of off channel videos that like I've made appearances on or whatnot. They take them to other people's content. And I do that because I'd rather they get love. I don't care to keep people. If people want to stick on my channel, they'll stay there. But most people recommend against that. But I do that for them, and I know that I'm sending some people that way. So I would say, yeah, it would help. What I would do is I would bring them over from the Stand Up Stand Out channel and create a playlist on EMM. Same thing applies, right? So if people hit your channel, they'll go down, they'll look at it. Oh, look, he's got a whole series. They don't care where it comes from. Whole series on anti-bullying choir music. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Then they'll be able to see him. But you've literally grabbed a chunk of traffic that you wouldn't normally have. So I would say that would be a good idea. But I wouldn't necessarily upload them to your EMM channel. You certainly don't want to do both because that's duplicate content, and YouTube will frown on it. That make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I'm one second, let me just put this down. So
yeah, what most people don't realize is that you can create playlists from all sorts of different videos all over YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I do. All my videos for future covers and just everything. I have it all over. I have several playlists. I need to go through and edit all of my playlists and throw playlists out and go through it because it's just like my subscriber list that needs to get updated too. So, all right. Sorry, I had to make a note.
Oh no.
So,
well, you get to go back and watch this if you wanted to, and slow down some of the things that are quickly coming out of my face. That does happen. Because when I start talking about marketing, man, it can be such a drinking from a fire hose sort of thing, and I try not to do that. But at the same time, if I don't say some of the things I need to say, then you'll miss some key pieces, and I don't want that to happen. Fortunately for us, this is all being recorded, so you'll be able to go back and look at it anytime.
My dog's wanting to make an appearance on your channel.
What kind of dog is it?
German Shepherd mix. So he kind of looks like a 4-year-old German Shepherd. He's really, really small. But he sounds just like a German Shepherd. He kind of looks like a German Shepherd. And if somebody broke into our house, he would eat them like a German Shepherd.
Good boy. It is a boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I hope that helps, man.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and if you want to, you can email me, and
Okay.
any questions you have, go ahead and ask. When I have time, I'll certainly try to answer. I try to answer everyone that does email me, and I don't know how long that's going to last. I hope it lasts forever. But life does get in the way, and I'll just do whatever I can because I know I like what you're trying to do there, and I think it's very needed and will help a whole lot of people. So by all means, you got some questions, go ahead and email me, and I'll try to get back with you. But watch this back
All right.
again and try to pick up those little tidbits because they're going to be real important when you're doing a startup like this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Anything else while you're here?
Let me think. I got to go back to the cobwebs. I'm not even that. I'm just a teenager, and yet I'm scared for whenever I'm in my 40s and 50s because I'm already losing my brain.
Oh, don't worry about it. In fact, enjoy it. Really enjoy it because when a lot of people your age, they're wondering, what's the next boss they're going to kill in that video game. You're thinking about subjects that most people don't start thinking about until they're in their late 20s and 30s, and it's really exciting, right? Because you're
Yeah.
literally trying to solve real problems, not some sort of pixelated problems.
Yeah. See, the thing is that whenever I decided to start YouTube, it's just like what do I do? Do I just sit in my bedroom, and just like pretend to pretend what I want to do, or do I get on here and actually do what I want to do?
Right.
Because you can do you can say I want to do this, I want to do this all day. It doesn't matter what's the lick until you actually get up and start putting effort into it. So
That is absolutely correct, and I'm so glad to hear it from such a young man. You should be proud, man. Your parents should be proud, and I know I'm proud of you. I mean, that's thinking way beyond your years, dude, and that's commendable.
thank
So,
you.
oh, you bet, you bet. Well, Easton, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for bringing me on.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I saw you pop on, and then you popped off, and I thought, oh, where'd he go?
Yeah, whenever I popped on, see, oh, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, so it was part of the change. Oh, there's my dog. He made his appearance.
Oh, yes.
You happy now? So, I had just hopped on, and then they needed me for change project, and I was just like, crud. So I had to hop off real quick, and I was just like, all right, I got to get off here soon. I was like, I need to get on the live stream. I was like, so got that done real quick, and then I was able to come back. So
Yeah, well, you made the effort to come back, and I appreciate that.
yeah, I got scared. I was just like, oh crap. I was like, I'm gonna be way down the list, and I wasn't. I guess I was. What was I, third?
You were
the
third.
list?
Yeah, yeah. When you came back, Patty had jumped in between. So
Yeah, I was actually surprised because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be like way down the list.
no, you were good.
Yeah,
You were good.
that was my first time that I've got on with the waiting room on there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was interesting.
I did that because I had, it was kind of open before, and then people would just pop up, and that would kind of interrupt the interview. And so I thought, no, actually, who helped me with that was Drone Kings and Darwin. Brad he emailed me and said, listen, you ought to try the waiting room function on Zoom because I'd never used it before. I never had a reason to, and we tested it out, and it was like okay. So, yeah, this way you guys get to hang out and still watch the show, and it doesn't ruin the interview when somebody else pops in. So. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I hope it wasn't too lonely in there.
Well, I mean, is there a way to chat in there?
Yeah, I believe there is a way to chat in there.
Oh, well, that's way above my head. That's like
Yeah.
up here.
I won't see it because I have chats,
Yeah.
turned off over on this side. Otherwise, they'd show up on the screen. But yeah, I think there is a way that you guys can chat with one another. In fact, we'll probably do a show on that and see if we can get some people to chat in there and come tell their experience. Because I
was kind of scared because I was on the phone while I was in the waiting room, and I got off. I put it on speaker and went over to your channel, and I was just like, oh crud, because I was afraid that you would be able to hear me. The good news is that the headphones that I originally had, these ones are here. I realized about 5 minutes before you took me on the show they have no microphone in them. So there's like no microphone built into these headphones. And I thought there was, but it's actually just a knot in the cord that I accidentally tied. So I'm glad I caught that a few minutes before I got pulled on the show, because that would have been interesting.
That would have been, yeah.
Probably been enjoyable, me not being able to, you guys not be able to hear me.
That might have been a little awkward. I don't know about enjoyable, but it certainly would have been awkward. Well, thanks again, Easton. Listen, like I said, if you got any questions, make sure you email me, man, and come back on the show, will you?
I will.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't been on here because I got scared because YouTube, there was a blog. I saw somewhere that minors can't be on streams or stream anymore. And I got scared. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it.
I can't find it. I can't find on official rules anymore. I can't find it on official rules of what.
Yeah,
screw it.
It's screw it. Exactly. Their rules are so nebulous and arbitrarily applied. I don't give two craps, to be honest with you. So
yeah.
as long as I'm not actually breaking the law, I'm just gonna do my thing like you guys have always seen me do, and we'll ride that storm out together. How's that sound?
Yeah. See, the worst. I mean, I tested it on my channel too, and they haven't done a thing on my streams. I was just like, the worst they can do is give you a strike and take your stream down.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I tested it on my channel, and I was just like, they're not taking my stuff down, so I was like, I'll go back out and do other people's streams again.
There you go. There you go.
They're not going to take it down on my channel, then they're definitely not going to bother anybody else.
Right.
And if they do, their computers need a few updates.
Yes, absolutely. Well, listen, bud, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna bid you farewell. But like I said, email me, and I want you to have a good night, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. So, all right.
Have a great evening.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It warms my heart. It literally just warms my heart. Man. I mean, he's got a mission. He's such a young guy, and he's literally taken on something that is way beyond what he should be at that age, which is fantastic. Yes, Patty, absolutely. A mini bar. Yeah, I've been thinking of installing a mini bar in the waiting room. We'll have to see how that goes. I've got the wood right over here. I got my hammer. We'll get that done. All right, folks. Listen, like I said, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for me to go. I do want to remind, or I had this one quote that my father would always. Actually, he laid it on my sister several times. He said, "Look, if I want any shit out of you, I'll squeeze your head." And I love that. I don't even know if I don't even know who might have said that, but listen, guys, you've been great. And I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this show like I always do with my favorite quote. And that is, it's been around for eons, but it is, make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. And if we all did that, this world would be a fantastic place. With that, I bid you farewell. We'll see. I should say, oh, shoot. Tomorrow we've got a pretty special show. I'm calling it the birthday show. Is it my birthday? I don't know. You'll have to tune in and find out. But for now, take care, and we'll see you live.